Hello and welcome to another Watch Report video review. My name is James Stacy and today we're taking a look at the Hamilton Khaki Field H70685337, otherwise known as the 44mm PVD field. Let's take a look. So the first thing you'll notice right away is it's very large for a Hamilton. It doesn't sit very high, 11.75 millimeters tall. It's 44 millimeters wide, no bezel, large crown, 22 millimeter lugs. It runs on an ETA 2824 automatic movement, which you should be able to see there quite nicely. And you get the Hamilton kind of package where you get the signed rotor and some nicer screws and such as that. ETA is owned by the same company that owns Hamilton, the Swatch Group. And even though Hamilton can trace its roots all the way back to Pennsylvania, as early as 1892, they were making wristwatches starting in 1917. They made production of wristwatches right through World War II for all of the infantry, and that's where you get designs like what we see in the field here. It's a stainless steel case. There are now Hamilton fields available in titanium. 100 millimeter or 100 meter water resist, as this is not a screw down crown. You get this rubber strap that I can talk more about in a moment, and there's a suggested manufacturer's price of $795 to $850 depending on your location, but you should be able to get that with a discount. Okay, so let's take a nice close look at the dial. I think there's a lot that stands out on the dial. So first of all, there's one of the main problems with this watch. Before I get to all the things I do like, it has a severely domed crystal, which you should be able to see here, with absolutely no anti-reflective coating. So throughout this video you're going to see the camera, you're going to see the sides of the light box. It's very difficult to view this watch at any sort of a direct angle without seeing kind of, the world around you. But if we get up nice and close, you will get a fairly nice impression of the dial. So you get inlaid hands and markers. You get these painted 24-hour scale. You get the date window at 3 o'clock. Again, I don't know why they do this, but it should be a black background with white text, or better yet, black with the same orange used for the 24-hour scale. This glows quite nicely. The Lume, which I'll show you in a moment, is yellowish orange on the hands, green in the numbers. You get this little internal circle that kind of encapsulates the 24-hour measure, which I like, and you see that on a bunch of the khakis. As you flip it over, you get your exhibition case back. I'm not sure if this is sapphire. I couldn't find a listing anywhere for those details. Certainly the front is a sapphire. It's a Swiss-made watch, which is what you get with the Hamilton coming from Swatch. You're getting a nice package for the price, and they're one of the few vendors still around, Hamilton that is, that's making an entry-level Swiss watch. It's actually Swiss. They're well made. They have a fantastic reputation online. You can read dozens of reviews. And then so what we'll do is we'll take a look at this strap here. I don't understand the strap at all. By far the worst part of the watch. I would replace it instantly. It's a lovely rubber strap, but this is the finish that it should be on this side. As opposed, we get kind of this bizarro alligator or leather, like crocodile leather punch or depression in here. You get a nice double tang keep. It should be signed, but the keeper is. And I just don't understand the strap. They took a very much a vintage military design. They made it oversized at 44 millimeters. It has massive wrist presence. You'll get lots of mentions, and many people will notice this, even if they're not watch collectors. But there's definitely a problem with this strap. I would fit this to a regular black leather strap or a black rubber strap, and it would look easily 2 to 3 times better. So what we'll do is we'll take a look at a wrist shot. Okay, so here is the Hamilton H70685337. It's a PVD field at 44 millimeters. It sits very low on your wrist at just under 12 millimeters, but it is very large. It takes up quite a bit of size. I have 7.5-inch wrists, and it's a noticeable size. This is a size I don't mind at all with a diver's watch, because you will get a bezel, the part that you would turn around the outside of the crystal. With a watch like this, I would much more prefer it at 42 or even 40 millimeters. Both are readily available in the khaki field mechanical line. You can get them at 40, 42, and like this one at 44. So we're going to give it a minute or two under the lamp, and we'll take a look at the Lume. Okay, so after a full minute under the halogen lamp, this is about what you'll see. You'll see it can get quite nice. Again, this crystal will get in the way of just about any other light in the room, but it is quite bright. It just doesn't last very long. You get about an hour in the numbers, maybe 2 to 3 hours in the hands on a good charge, like such as working outside or simply being outside, maybe your wrist on the sill of your car. It'll charge up in the sun, and that's about what you can expect. Not with it not being a dive watch. I definitely think it could have been better, but this would live up to pretty much any of its peers. It's just not going to set any records. So with the Hamilton at the $795 price point, you get the watch with the silly strap, and you get a very nice wooden box, place to keep the watch, and you get a booklet and then an outer box like you would often see. Okay, lastly a size, and in this case a crystal comparison. Here we have the Hamilton, and here we have the one we always use for a size comparison, a Seiko SKX 007 entry-level dive watch. So next to each other you'll see there is quite a difference. This being a completely different style with the bezel, it can be a larger watch without seeming oversized, whereas the Hamilton at 44 millimeters across, I suppose you could call this ring here a bezel, but there's almost no bezel to speak of. It's really quite large and quite imposing, and on top of that you'll see the effect of the sapphire crystal here. So the Seiko is not sapphire, it's hard Lex, but you'll see that it doesn't pick up anywhere near as much of the light that's bouncing around in this space. You can see the ceiling and walls in the Hamiltons, and the Seiko, of course, has a flat crystal. Flatness would have made the biggest difference. They could also put on a couple coatings of AR and use an even higher grade sapphire if they wanted. It would bump up the price, but in my opinion would take this from being a good watch to a very, very good watch. And that would be the difference of this price point. For Watch Report, my name is James Stacy, and this has been the video review of the Hamilton Khaki Field H706 85337. Thanks very much for watching.